Everybody, before we get into this morning's update, we need to go over a quick synopsis of what's going on. First, XRP is up over 8% as it sits at the 0.487 mark. The bear flag plays out, or the bear trap plays out beautifully as we predicted on Friday after we made the drop down. We talked about how XRP, as long as it held the 432 level, ultimately got back up above the 447 and then ultimately broke above the 455 or 456. That would help signal, if you got above the 456, the signal to the 494 move. And now we're up over 8% this morning. And XLM's over about 3.7% as well. But XRP right now managed to break back above, and now we're pushing back up to that 494 double top. And we're going to see whether or not we maintain bullishness or we break down. The broader markets are supporting a move. Bitcoin hasn't really done much. Bitcoin is currently down 113 points and sitting around 27,880 level. So we'll take a look at Bitcoin this morning, but I'm more interested in taking a look at XRP and seeing exactly what's going on. The US dollar currency index maintains right around the 103 float level as we're at 103.04. You got the Dow futures up 220 points, S&P's up 27 points, NASDAQ futures up 46.75, and the Russell 2000's up 20 plus. Make sure to hit that like button as it will greatly help push me through the analytics as we take a look at the XRP is pumping and pumping pretty hard right now. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, March 27th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And XRP, as we can see, is up 8.38%. Some people might be feeling like my hair when it comes to XRP. It is all over the place, and that is true. But we called this bear trap when we first made the breakdown, and we said if we hold the 432, that 414 drop, or just below 41 cents, was such an obvious bear trap. It was obvious this pattern wasn't done. And the volume that came in on the dump off told us everything we needed to know. There was no volume on the dump off. And we said yesterday, as long as we held this 447 level, 446, I like 447, that it would be the signal to, as long as, well, the first hold was 447. The signal was going to be on the perpetual futures chart if we could get on top of here and hold the 455 level. We held it, and I said that's the signal to push up to the 494 double top at minimum, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're pushing up. We haven't quite hit it yet, but we're just barely below at 494. Now it becomes a critical part of the pattern. If we can get on top of 494, then we have the 52.2. But if you break the 522, and this is what I've been trying to say, there is not much above 522. You've got the 558, and then ultimately we might be pushing up to this pattern formation at 59.33. So now that we're on top of here, we really could push up. We have to see if we break 49.4 or if this is just a push up that's going to end up reversing after, or if this has staying power. As you can see, XLM's up 3.19%, up to 9476. And XLM, and I want to show XLM this morning because it's relevant. XLM is over this very critical uptrending support, and we're back into this pattern formation as I talked about over the weekend. As long as we held at 858, we were going to push back up and see whether or not we would get rejected by the 9.3 or push up. As of right now, we're on top, and if you see a hold at 9.3, our next push up is going to be towards this pattern tabletop at around the 992 level, and ultimately see if we can break the 10.1. That's what we're looking at for XLM, is I'm going to go through those very quickly. And then DGB's up 0.21% at 00959. And we've got this very critical resistance, and this is why I'm showing you, because this very well could pop up like XRP and XLM. It's at 989. You would expect to pop up to about the 1065 or 1079 level. If we do get rejected here, you could find yourself falling back down to the 747 level. So pay attention to DGB very closely. But we do have one support down here as well at 8. It's about the 87 mark, 0087. And then if you can break the closer levels, you got 0.0103 to get back over and try to make a play up to 0.109. And then XDC, because that's just as important. XDC is behind XRP and XLM, so I would expect we're going to get a retest up here, and we're going to see either us get rejected at 4.3 or make a play back up here. So we could fall first, but I can almost guarantee XDC is going to do exactly what XRP and XLM did, and it's going to try to run back up to this 434 level in time. So pay attention to that. I know there's a lot of information flying at you this morning, but it is very important that I bounce around these charts. Bitcoin is still within this channel we've talked about over the whole weekend since it came up here. We have this 27,000 area, so we need to hold 27,050 approximately, and then to break out of this resistance to push up to 31,086 approximately, we need to break this 28,560. I think we've been using 28,550, yeah. So break 28,550, potentially find yourself up here on this uptrending resistance this week around 31,100. So that is what I would be expecting if Bitcoin does break up. If Bitcoin loses 27K, the next obvious level that would happen very quickly is 25,194. So if we lose 27K, that's about a 2,000 point drop. If we get on top of 28,550, that's about a 2,500 point rise, 2,300 points approximately. So it's either a 2,000 point drop or a 2,300 point rise in Bitcoin. So it's going to be a volatile move either way, but we already know which way would tell us which. We lose 27,000, we're bearish, and we're going to go to 25,194. We break 28,550, get on top of, we're heading up to 31,100 approximately. That's what I see with Bitcoin. And now one more look at XRP, 4881 up 8.78%. We're hunting that 0.494 level. Just remember, if we break the 494, let's go to the all-time chart. If we break the 494 level, which is right there, now we go back to the shorter term chart, we would end up right here at about 5248. Next level would be 5585. And then ultimately up here at that 5922 level. So those are our next three resistances in the area. If you want to trade XRP like I trade, or if you're in the USA or abroad, you've got BITGET and or MEXC. There's no spot fees on the buy and sell. And also you can futures trade up to 250x. So that's in the video description below and or pinned comments. Also, if you want to join Tom's Army or send XRP to show support for all the time I put in and work, that's also in the video description below and or pinned comments. I encourage you to join Tom's Army, as that really does help show me that proper support, and then it entitles you to Tom's Army 2.0, but blah, blah, blah. That's in the video description below and or pinned comments. So a quick synopsis here of what we just went over. We're waiting for XLM to try to make a push up to about that 4.5 level approximately, or the 4.3 level. We're looking for XRP to finish off this move to 4.94, and then ultimately, if we can get back on top of 4.94, we would be at the 52.2 level, and or a push up to the 55.5 cents roughly. Now, if we lose the 4.94 and get rejected, then we have to come back down, and you would know by the 4.55, we get below the 4.55, then you have the 4.47, 4.46 area, and then below that, the 4.32, and that's your spot where if you got below 4.32, that's where the pattern formation would quickly reverse. So we're going to see if Bitcoin has any more higher ambitions, or if this is an XRP XLM alone run, and the rest of the market's struggling a little bit. You've got a few other ones that are moving, but for the most part, we're pretty flat. We'll see if this is the preemptive run that XRP and XLM are showing us. And we'll see if the rest of the market follows the rest of the market. So first things first, we're going to see if XRP, if it has a big pull down, first things first, XRP might come all the way back down here. You don't know. We're going to have to find an area where we can hold. And now, actually, what I can do is we can modify this just a tiny bit from the push up. And we'll see where the most likely uptrending tap would be if it does come back down to tap it on its way to 491. So now we can say right here, if we come down to consolidate, all we're trying to do is hold the 457. So yeah, we don't even need this. Don't even need that. We'll just go to our all-time, or to the perpetual futures chart. And that's where we could retest. So this 455 level, if we can't break above the 494. Make sure you hit that like button, as it greatly pushes me through the analytics. And hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag FUD Assassins. And remember, help one person each and every day, because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point on this fantastic, beautiful journey to 2025? You certainly don't want to be doing it alone.